Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the GROW program. Thank you for getting with the program. Remember where you say that? Get with the program. Get with the This they were talking about. But see, they didn't know back then it was going to be grow. That we was going to be growing all around the world. Sowing seeds. Seeds of love. Here you grow. We growing in God around the world. We growing in God. So let's grow in God. So let's grow in God. Let's rise. All the oppressed are going to rise all around the world, honey. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you about God. I'm going to give you a word about God. See, I ain't got to preach on your business. I ain't got to know your business. The business is God. God is the business. That's the business. The business is love, praying it forward in God, loving one another as God commands. That is the business. That's what's growing on. I'm going to tell you something. I was in a spiritual warfare, almost took me out of here, but God, my God, do you know God, my God? I was in a spiritual warfare, almost took me out of here, but God, do you know God, my God? I love God. I love God. We got away from God. I've been loving God all my life. All my childhood, I knew. Even my childhood, I knew it was a God, honey. I just knew. Even the times that I came close to death, God brought me out of that. Delivered me and brought me up out of that circumstance. So, everything that I was going through, honey, God was there. God carried me. When I look over my life, I look at them footprints, them shoes too big for my feet. I couldn't get my feet in them footprints, honey. It wasn't none of me. That was God. Do you know about God? I'm telling you, God is good. God is what brought me up, brought me out, and helped me to grow over the oppression of my circumstance, my environment, and the oppression of myself. And taught me how to love me, how to accept me. I really truly do love me. I used to didn't. I love me. Y'all can look in the mirror and smile for real, because I really do love me, because I know that I'm somebody in God. When I used to think I was old rich and old saved sinner and all this other stuff, nobody looking for somebody to tell somebody something about somebody, all this other stuff. But I ain't none of that. I am a child of God. I'm a queen of God, created in God's image. So therefore, I ain't none of that old tired stuff. It's time to rise from that. We better than that. It's time to overcome and rise to reach our greatness in God. It's time to slough off all this old stuff. We done had enough. We done had enough of the oppression. We done had enough of the environment. We done had enough of the crime that's going on with us. I'm telling you, you gotta excuse me, honey. I gotta make it do what it do. You know how they do. I like to sit outside sometime. I gotta make it do what it do. But I'm telling you, we gotta rise. It's time for us to reach our greatness in God. Just like the great mountains, and begin to spread love. The mountain can't get no greater, so it begin to spread. That's spreading love. That's love. And spread and create other mountains. So there you go, looking at all the great mountains of God. So that's what I see when I see you. I see a great mountain of God, because you done overcame. You done overcame some circumstances in your life. A lot of dire situations. A lot of things that you done been through wasn't nothing but God that pulled you through. God sent the beloved ancestors. Okay, you say Jesus. God sent Jesus to pull you through. But it was a woman speaking to me, so it wasn't Jesus. So God sent beloved ancestors, and they help pull you through, honey. The spirits are not resting. They the ones that have helped driving this movement. Ain't none of me doing this all by myself. I'm not no magician. I'm growing in 39 countries all over the world. And all of a sudden got this going on, a podcast, a website. All somebody did say where the link is. And next thing you know, they're a great big beautiful website sitting up there. It ain't nothing but God, honey, doing all this. God is doing it. God is driving the movement, see, but you don't see God because God is the quiet force. They work in the background while evil is all out in the front, letting you know, hey, look here. Look here at the evil. Look what the evil got going on over here. People tell me, did you hear what happened with it? No, I didn't hear it. Because, see, I don't want to listen to no more oppression. I know about child abuse. I know about adult abuse. I know about all kind of abuse. Most of the abuse I suffer myself. So I can tell you about it myself. I ain't got to hear it on the news. I ain't got to tune in. Everything somebody else done went through in life, I done seen it. I done dealt with it. I done been there, done that. I know about it, so I don't even need to turn on the news and find out that it's still going on. You know, I already know it is. That's why God sent me to drive this movement forward and for us to rise from self and start taking care of each other, praying it forward and showing love, which is what God commands us to do. Because if you don't, you know, I'm a first-hand witness. I'm an eyewitness to what happened if you don't. You would be a condemned soul, just like one of them evil spirits that lived in that house. I mean, evil. I've lived. That wasn't the only house. I've lived in some evil houses, honey. Evil houses. Where you think, I mean, houses got so evil where I said, forget that. I ain't watching no more scary movies. I lived I already got the movie here. What I need to go look at it for? I got it right here. So I said, you know, I've lived in some houses so evil that I refuse to even go in there by myself. And I pay rent there. That's how evil the house was. House is so evil that when I left, you know, and fled, I was asked, why'd you leave? You know, by the owner. And she said, well, I hope the ghosts don't follow you. You know, she already knew. You know, she knew the house was haunted. She didn't tell me. I'm telling you something, you know, it's a lot of foolishness going on. It's a lot of foolishness. It really is. But I will tell you this. Grow ain't foolish. Grow is my life. Grow is what saved my life. Grow is what brought me out over oppression. Grow has saved a whole lot of people. Grow is making a difference in a lot of places. Grow is providing treatments, medicines, food, all vaccines, all kind of different things. Eyeglasses, eye exams, that's what we do. You know, I'm praying it forward. And grow is me, you know, and grow is you. We are growing in God. We are rising and growing over the oppression. And once it fall on the right ear, then that's when I really can do some stuff. That's when you gonna really see God moving. You gonna really see, honey, because God got some breakthroughs coming for me. And you gonna see it play out all right before your very eyes as we on this journey. As we on this journey with God, because see, you growing. You know, we ain't done. You know, we still on the journey. You know, we on a journey. We on a soul train. We on a soul train, gang, for love, peace, and soul, and on into genuine equality and righteousness. You know, we on the way to that. And we gonna stay on board. We're going to stay on, and we got the Lone Ranger Joe Biden and Tonto, his beautiful Vice President Kamala Harris. We got them on board, trying to go some way for genuine equality and righteousness, trying to get that for us. You know, so we got to keep pressing forward and growing ourselves over here in the United States and also around the world. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everyone, all the countries look to the United States. So as they see the movement pushing forward in the United States, which it is, all across the United States, from East Coast to West Coast, you know, North Coast, North and South. You know, we all coming together in love because we all are legends. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm actually here to try to lift you up. I'm trying to grab you virtually and lift you up and tell you that there is a better way in God. You can rise above. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got to know your business. I ain't got to know nothing about you. But see, the thing is that we are growing in God. We trying to reach our greatness, and we aiming toward the mark of the high calling of God. That's all we trying to do. I ain't trying to find out what you got going on, who over there, and what y'all did when y'all went there. See, because that ain't none of my business. My business is the Lord. My business is telling you of God and telling you the word of God, which is love. That's the word of God, honey. Forgive. Let go of all that old stuff and press forward. See, because even if I had the time, I ain't got the time. You know, I don't have the time to sit and list the problem. I can't. It's impossible. I can't do it and do the podcast. You know, and we got to press forward. See, we got to recognize, okay, I got this going on. I got that going on in spiritual warfare. I got that. But she telling me this. If I use love and push love, use love in my marriage, show my wife, show my husband that I love them. You know, represent, compromise, do this, do that. You know, love drives out hate, honey. I'm telling you it worked. You know, Dr. King told you that. And it worked. It really truly does. I'm an eyewitness. I saw it happen. I saw the hate go right on out the door and left. So I'm telling you, this method works. Love drives out hate. So let's keep on trying it. Let's keep on working with it because look how far we done came, honey. We done grown. I was looking the other day where we, you know, at a time we was 20-some countries. Now we 39 countries, honey. We growing in God, which is love. God is love. When God created us, he commanded that we love. He commanded that we love one another. And that's what we got to do. We got to love one another, and I'm going to keep it, I'm going to always keep it real with you. I'm always keep it 100 because I love you like that. You know, I can't be sitting up here fake, phony, and this, that, and the other. What I am going to do one day is probably put some music, put some beats or something to the, you know, you know, I don't know. We'll figure something out as we grow. You know, God will work it all out just like he done worked it out right now. But see, God want me to get your attention. You know, see, God is starting to manifest some things. See there, because I'm telling you, God has started to, God has always have been omnipotent, creative. You know, and God can make a way. God works in quiet. See, God don't show up and show out. Don't like evil does. You know, all prevalent and have to see, because you don't see the good spirits working, but they working. You know, as long as you let go and let God, the good spirits are working. God has sent good spirits to help you and help you out your situation and help you out your predicament. But you have to let go and let God stop doing you. You don't stop getting all involved. Stop saying, well, I'm finna do this and I'm getting ready to do that. I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna have that. Because as long as you all in it, then God gonna step back, let you do in it until you ready to do that electric slide again in the 2-step back over to God, because it done got too hot over in the spiritual warfare. And it's when it get too hot, like they say, too hot in the kitchen, got to get up out of there. You know, so you got to slide back on over, ease your way back on over to God. You know, just ease on back. You know, just ease on. You can't moonwalk like Michael Jackson, no, but just ease on over to God. You know, just slide on over there real quick and stay there. You know, stay with God. Hold on to God's unchanging hand, honey. Don't let go. Because when you let go of God, there you go. Out in the spiritual warfare, and they gonna take you there. Evil counsel, come on, just counting up souls, counting up, come on. You know, but here we grow. We trying to win souls for God, because we want to drive this evil out. We gonna drive this hate out. We gonna drive the hate up out of here, cause love, not hate, will make the world great. We gonna drive the hate up out of here, cause love, not hate, will make the world great. So you gotta remember that. You gotta keep saying that. You know, keep focusing on that. Keep focusing on God and love. And everywhere you carry your heart, carry your love with you. Pick up that love and take it with you. Don't leave the love at home. Carry that love with you for everyone, for all of us. Let's love one another as God loves us. You know, let's rise together. Let's be one. Let's be for one another. Let's be together. Let's, you know, look, I mean, a child is innocent, regardless. A child is innocent and don't act, is not in control of his or her circumstances. They are not in control of what is going on with them. So we cannot take it out on a child. Children are our tomorrow. They are our tomorrow. So, you know, we have to grab hold of these children. It takes a village, you know, and we need to take care of today so they can be able to take care of tomorrow. We need to take care of them today so that they will have a tomorrow and we can take care of tomorrow. They looking at us now. So we need to start doing things in a better way. You know, start speaking royally. Because when you start cussing at somebody, you lose them, honey. The first curse word, they thinking something else. They done lost you. You done lost them. You know, so start speaking to people. Start talking to people. You know, just come at it a different way. Come at it at a love way. You know, take the love angle. You know, I'm gonna show you a picture that I took of a heart-shaped a heart-shaped cloud over my house, heart-shaped cloud. But yes, I saw it form right before my eyes in the window. I told you I looked to the hills, and we need love. We need to show love. It's time to show love, sow love, and show love, and watch the harvest that you reap. Watch the beautiful harvest within your household, within your job, within your community, within yourself. Love you. Make sure you love you. Make sure that when you make sure you always, each and every day, get in the mirror and say, I love you anyway. I love you all day. Each and every day, I love you. There you go. And make sure you tell yourself, I love you, and make sure that you forgive you. Because sometimes, we could be so hard on ourselves. Realize that if something didn't work this way, God got another way. So just keep going on doing what's in front of you, and keep trying in God. Keep pressing on in the Lord. God got something for you. God got something waiting on you, honey. God got a breakthrough for you, just like he got for me. He got it for me and you. And it's grow. You got to keep growing in God, because anything that don't grow, it dies. And we got to keep growing. We got to keep striving. We got to keep trying to reach our greatness in God. We cannot give up. It's not an option. It's not an option. And don't forget, you got to remember. 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 Remember God. Remember about God. Remember God. Oh, mess it up. You got to remember. You got to remember. You got to remember. You got to remember. Remember about God. Remember about God. Don't forget about God. Forget about God. Get the side. Get the side. Let's grow in God. Grow in God. We're going to grow in God. Grow in God. We're growing in God. Growing in God. I'm telling you, we're growing in God, honey. Forget this spiritual warfare. I don't care, honey. I don't care if I slip up, mess up. I'm going to keep going on in God. I'm going to keep pressing forward, pressing on toward the mark of the high calling of God. See, because that's what happened. When we slip up and fall, I can't do it no more. Well, that's it. I done messed up. I ain't even going to forget it. Honey, please. I'm going to keep on going. I ain't going to give up. I ain't going to fall for the setup. I ain't going to fall for the trap. I ain't going to fall for none of that. I ain't got time for that. Really, I don't. Ain't nobody really got time for that. They really don't. She was right. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, it's time to press on in God. It ain't time to give up. It ain't time to give in to the spiritual warfare. It ain't time to go back over there doing the okie doke with the spiritual warfare and turning all around. We need to press toward the mark of the high calling of God, and that's what we gonna do by God. God, help us as we grow. Help us and bless us as we grow in God. Please, Lord, bless us as we grow, as we keep pressing on, because I'm not going to give up each and every day. I got to keep pushing the movement. I got to keep growing. I got to keep going. It ain't no Al Sharpton, ain't no NAACP. It's just me. Me and God growing me. That's it. That's all it is here. Until it fall on the right ears. So then that's how we grow. We just gonna keep on growing in God, doing what's in front of us each and every day. Me telling you about God and love and rising up together. Don't nobody want to live around hate. Don't nobody want to live around hate. And learn to leave folks alone. Learn to just leave people alone. You ain't got to know all what your neighbor's doing, who over there, what they at, just leave people alone. Don't worry about what they doing. What high and by. That's how you keep down problems, Sam I am. You keep them problems down. I don't like green eggs and ham. And I don't like problems, Sam I am. That's a nice man and a nice woman, but I'm going to leave them alone, Sam I am, because I don't like green eggs and ham and I don't like problems. So leave them folks alone. Stay out of their business. Just high and by. That's how you show love, high and by, and leave folks alone. Stay up out of, just stay in your lane. That's what he told me. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about me. But you my husband. I ain't supposed to know what's what. Stay in your lane. So that's what I learned how to do, honey, is stay in my lane. For real. And that's what I do. I stay in my lane, even though I had a husband too. Well, okay, I'm in my lane, you in your lane, we in different cars, we going different directions. I'ma stay in my lane. My lane said destination greatness. I don't know what yours over there say, destruction. You headed for self-destruction. You headed for self-destruction. That's where you going. You know, I'ma try to help you, bro, and get your breakthrough. But you headed on down the road, and the blind lead the blind in the ditch. And I know I can see straight ahead. I ain't falling in the ditch. Now I'm gonna keep on going in God. Yeah, we gonna keep growing. We gonna keep reaching our greatness in God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. And where's wisdom? That's being smart. You know, that's listening to God. You know, learning and growing and wising up and rising up and not falling. You know, growing. And like you see everything else doing, growing. Look around. Everything is growing. See that tree? It's growing. Look at that bush over there. It's growing. Even the grass growing till somebody come along and cut it down, but it'll grow too. It'll get real tall if you keep letting it grow. Everything want to reach it, and it reach towards the sky as it's growing. It's reaching. So we can't physically grow, but we going to spiritually grow. We going to keep growing in God, rising, reach our great. I mean, I'm up here and I'm pulling up some folks. I'm pulling up some great mountains with me. I'm telling all around me, all around the world, going to be some great mountains. The world going to be full of great mountains of people. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. I love you. I'm telling you, I get on one about God. Never knew I knew how to talk so much. But I'm telling you, when it come to God, honey, I'm going to tell you some stuff. Because we're going to get on a journey, learning about God on this beautiful highway of life. I love you. Let's rise. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom.